Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to Watcher of Realms. I'm on the test server today and I wanted to show you guys the new heroes that are coming in this weekend for the 10x, and one of them is Lassier. Okay, I want to call him LASEER, but it's two E's. So this guy, he is, well, the selling point for this hero is basically his heal prohibition, heal reduction. And the showcase I'll do today is not gonna be like with crazy other champions. I try to reduce it down to as few as possible heroes that nobody else has. The only problems will be maybe the gear, and the gear that I have on the test server, by the way, is totally crap. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it's just random gear that they added on the accounts. I leveled it up and that was it. Like if I give you an example, I have like 14,000 attack here, 100% crit, barely 200 crit damage on this guy. And then on my other damage dealers, it's about the same stats. I was trying to push crit damage a little bit higher since I'll be showing 119. So gear rate 119, that's where he's supposed to be used, right? In gear rate 1, I won't show 20 or 21 since I would have to introduce more and more legendaries in there with better gear, which again, I do not have on the account. So I can't really push there. And I would need to use Lord heroes, which I didn't want to use in the first hand. What I do have though is I have him skilled up. I have him skilled up because I do think that his ultimate ability needs that reduction in the cost. If you are going to use him, you can't really go without this. The anti-healing duration also is improved by plus 5 seconds. So this goes on for 15 seconds. That is very crucial and much needed, even on gear rate 119, which is the easier of 19, 20, and 21. That healing that the boss does is so much, and for such a prolonged duration, that if you don't have like straight up burst damage, you need that 15 seconds of window to do damage and kill off the enemies. And with that being said, he also has some other skills which do some damage, and then some slow, and then the sand erosion, which does magic damage equal to 10% of the caster's attack. It's alright. That's why I focused more on attack and didn't go so heavy with crit damage on him, since I also couldn't push honestly with crit damage. Crit damage would have helped with his ultimate, which is an 800% burst. All right, and then he has an interesting passive where sand erosion also transfers to other enemies when enemies die, but that doesn't happen that often in gear rate 119. Doesn't happen so easily, I would say. In terms of awakenings, I have 0 awakenings. I do have a tier of the Starlight on him where his attack is boosted by 22%. That is huge, by the way. But you can go with other heroes for the setup that I'll show with this guy. He also has some good gear. Everything is 16, of course, when you're attempting this. And we're trying to do our best in order to take down the enemies. So let me show you the team that I've used to beat 119. And it is as basic as I could. I didn't use any heavy awakenings in terms of legendaries, but I did use awakenings in terms of epic. So let me turn off power of dominance and hopefully be able to beat this. So look at the difference in power, 459,000 power to the 614 that we need. So to give you guys an idea, on my real account, I've beaten this with 600,000 power and no heal prohibition. So the skill set that Lassier has, plus the fact that you're using things like Dolores to be boosting your attack, and Laurel here to boost your rage at specific points throughout the fight. This allows you to just get your power to higher amounts without actually having it to higher amounts, because Dolores just gives a lot of attack to everybody, and then Laurel gives a lot of rage to everybody within her range. I believe it's random allies, but you can make it so that it's better. I am using here 2 Lord bonuses. One of them is through my buddy Nero. Here is the weakest of the lords, and it's the easiest to acquire. He only gives a 5% boost and increases damage by 15%, which is great. But if I compare it to, let's say, Morrigan, which I could have used, look at what she gives. She gives 15%, 30%, and then another 25%. Immense damage potential through this one. And I think it's even better than this one, since this is only for 5 seconds duration. So if somebody dies and you don't have this available, you're kind of losing the potential there. And also Demi is not available on the live servers. Anyway, that's the Lord Hero number 1. Lord Hero number 2 is Wrath. Everybody gets Wrath. There's no question about it. We also have Volca here, which everybody gets. So if you're trying to do 119, you will be at the point where you get Volca. Volca, you can get the minimum at day 19, I believe, where it's limited by the tide waves that you can beat. So day 19 or day 20, if I remember correctly. Same thing with Wrath. You can get him to Awakening 4 and then wait out for day 42, I think, for his Awakening 5. Or else you just go for it and use dupes on him and get him to Awakening 5. In terms of Dolores, I do have her with Awakening 5 for this one. Same thing with Iona, which is the purchasable epic for $5. I understand that many might be playing this game as free to play, but it's the best mage epic that is most easily available to everybody in terms of spending. Also, I didn't want to use any of the legendaries. And then we also have Maul, where Maul is fantastic for this in terms of what he provides, which is AoE damage, freeze potential, big burst of damage, and defense reduction through his basic attack. Okay, again, his gear is not that great, and even missing a ring. How did I do that without a ring on? He was missing a ring there. His stats are not that great, as you can see, like 11,000 with 50% crit, 185 crit damage. What I would say is the best stats is I had solid stats on Abomination, which is a fusible legendary. So this guy had 19,000 attack. He really gets a lot from his basic attributes here. Like if you give him attack bonus primaries, he'll get a lot there. Gets a lot from the artifact as well. So 70% crit, 271 crit damage. So I didn't even go for 100% crit, but I wanted more crit damage for his burst potential, because I would say you need the burst more than consistent damage, because if you can get the burst down, you can beat these enemies. And with the heal prohibition, that helps more than having lower crit damage. Because eventually even the heal prohibition, that wears out if you don't have that burst. And my Iona is built with this gear. So 12,000 attack, which is high for the amount of base attack that she has. She has very low base attack, so it's very difficult to get it high. Plus 283 crit damage. So again, it's the gear more than anything. But you see the champions that I have, the heroes that I have in this team. It's not, you know, the most insane heroes. Volca's and Wrath's gear are again very, very similar. Oof. Even this item was not on him. I think I was moving gear around, but they don't really do so much damage. Volca is basically there for the ability that she provides as healing to your allies, and the fact that you can also apply a damage reduction. So I don't have them skilled up, don't have the legendary skilled up, and I think I had Abomination skilled up, but again, you can mitigate that with better legendaries in the other positions that you see here. And Dolores is there for the attack boost that she provides. It's just insane. You give her as much attack as you can. I have her with 2.6 and 7.4k here, so an overall of 11.6k. Didn't really try to get any other stats. The crit rate was there because it just happened. And this set is very nice. Gains an attack bonus equal to 6% of max HP when deployed, and also an Orb of Euphoria at max rank. I know it gives a lot of attack. I would imagine a Ancestral Teaching could be as good, but also you give attack speed to everybody with this. So I'm between everything right now. I didn't have an Ancestral Teachings on the test server, so I gave her that. So let's go in there. Laurel has 0 gear. Before I forget, has 0 gear. You just need her for her talent, so you put her in on the field for 1 second, you throw her, and you immediately give restoration of 50% on the rage cap. Okay guys, let's start the fight. Drop in your Abomination there on the top. You need to drop in your Iona, so she starts the rage accumulation. She's very slow with rage. Maybe with more attack speed that would have been better for me. Let's drop in my boy Laseer. And then I'll have like a few seconds to drop in Volca. She's high cost at 20, so now I can start dropping in everything. I usually drop the Lassier ultimate before Jungle's Grace is up, so now we restrict healing. You look at the healing restriction we are doing. There's no healing going through. The healing that you see here is on Abomination. He heals himself. Volca helps out with that. I'll drop in Laurel and immediately withdraw her. You'll see the rage cap on my team. And here I can either drop Wrath, who's gonna do nothing basically. I'm gonna actually drop Maul. And then what I wanna do is try and burst these guys down. So there's the heal reduction. And Maul is going down with his damage. Hopefully we'll drop in an ultimate to freeze them. There it is. And in 4 seconds, I'll drop in Laurel because I need to start bursting these guys down. Look at the shield. The wall, how much damage it's taking. It's taking 20,000 per hit. So it's a lot, and we suffer with that. So you have to be very quick with these guys because it's going to suck. There's Jungle's Grace. Going to activate the heal prohibition. There it is. Big AoE attack that he does. It's a burst ability. And then our wall is a little bit over 50% right now. So the heals are going to go through now and heals these guys. That is not good. Because basically they'll sustain. I'll withdraw Laurel immediately. Drop in Maul. And what I want to do is... I'm kind of killing these guys. So now I popped Dolores, which was kind of a mistake. But we'll see how that does. I'm waiting in to use Lassier's ultimate. Yeah, there it is. There's the Jungle's Grace. Use it now. And we basically stop the healing. And I need a lot of burst coming through. I should be able to use Maul's ultimate in just a second. Once I use it, I withdraw him. Drop in Laurel. Withdraw her. Drop in Lassier again. Yeah, we're dropping low. Let's pop in the ultimate from Vortex. And now we just need to power through with just more damage and more damage. But it's getting difficult here. I've got 5 seconds, which I'll use Laurel first to boost up everybody's rage. Drop in Maul. Let's pop out Iona. Pop Lassier. The wall is holding on. And we should be okay. There is Dolores. Yeah, this is looking good. I think we've got this. I don't need to remove Maul now. He's attacking, helping with dropping defense on the boss. And that is pretty much it. That is the whole thing that you're doing here. With better heroes, you'll be able to do probably higher difficulties. But again, you'll need a better mage. You'll need probably something better than the Maul, although Maul helps a ton. And obviously Dolores could have higher stats and all that. And once you're able to farm 119, you're actually able now to farm the new sets that are available, the legendary version of the sets. And on the test server, you can also farm the soldier chests, which are used for the clan v clan fights. So there it is. And once you have power of dominance, this becomes much quicker, like much quicker, much easier. Like I can show you how much difference power of dominance does. Like look at this, 470,000 power, but the power of dominance is insane. 30% it's advertised. It's better than that. So we can drop whatever now with power of dominance. Doesn't really matter because we'll be able to be taking out these guys so much quicker. I might not even need to be dropping Laurel. I can just keep Maul there. We'll see. Definitely Abomination will not require to have so much healing. Let's drop in Volca. Look at how much burst I'm doing right now with power of dominance. It's so much different. I'll drop in the healer though, because I know these guys hurt regardless. But we do so much healing that we give big shields now, actually. And there's Maul now. And doing well, applying like a reduction there to damage. Drop in Wrath. Like even through the healing, we are able to do just fine. Like if you've already managed to do 119, then you will be able to push to 120 probably with a Lassier there. But he won't be your main damage dealer, I don't think. He would probably be your your enabler for your other team members to be doing lots of damage. I didn't show the damage recovery in the last one, but you'll see this. It's kind of similar. But remember, my Iona has the most amount of damage. Popping in everything as it goes. Barely any damage dealt there. And it just goes so much smoother with Power of Dominance on. So you only need to beat it once. Like if you're on the edge of beating it once, only need to beat it once. And after that, it's pretty much done. Alright, I didn't even need Laurel for this second part. But you saw how crucial she was before. Like now, I'm clicking everything, but I could have used Lassier there to make it easier for me. But Mole's defense down is huge. Mole's defense down is huge in terms of just allowing us to do lots of damage. There's the heal prohibition. You see it on the boss there. It's going unable to recover HP. Boost up Dolores. Like the boss is healing. It's not like he's not healing, but we're doing way more damage now. Such a smoother fight. And of course then with the auto fights you'll have like a 3.5x speed. So this goes from like a 5-minute run, drops down to like a 2-minute run with the 3.5x speed. So let's see what this is. This is like a 5-minute run. Yeah, it's gonna drop down way lower and you'll be getting the so that was Lassier, guys. What you think of this hero? I don't think there's many uses for this guy other than gear rate 1. These are the specific heroes that allow you to do these gear rates, as the game only has these kind of end game encounters: gear rate 1, gear rate 2, gear rate 3. I don't see why not going for this guy if that's the only thing that you are worried about, pushing 20, 21 for those gear rates. It's not that those are not doable with other heroes. Of course they're doable. This hero was not available on the global and people were clearing it already, but with high damage stats on their other heroes and maybe some artifacts that reduce healing. I think there's one for Kamet specifically that does it and only reduces it by 30%, but this guy completely reduces healing with his ultimate. I do think again that he needs to be skilled up for this, which is not cheap at all. I've been playing for 2 months now and I am a spender, and not a huge spender, but I do only have a couple of heroes, a couple of legendaries fully maxed out. So getting this guy also fully maxed out will take you some time. So don't expect immediate results out of this guy. But if you have the additional legendaries to help you have, let's say, 600,000 power with this guy, then that 10-second anti-healing might be enough for you to take down gear rate 1. So this was the video on Lassier. I will be making another video soon enough for this guy, for Hex, for Heath Ledger, the Joker. So if you're interested on that, make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. See ya.